to Synergetic Mind Self-Inaugurated Education, August 13, 2024. The Continuity of Conscious Life, Episode 2. From R. Buckminster, Fuller's Total Thinking, 1949. In quotes, the continuity of conscious life becomes personality as a product of complex periodic interactions known as cycles or periodic recurrences of a higher frequency order. What if the continuity of conscious life not only is of the individual but also a nation's personality, and the product involve everyone in the periodic interacting election cycles? When would any personality require awareness of a higher frequency order or continue in denial of such possibilities? Furthermore, what astutely coherent observation does metaphysical intellect systemic thought recognize as the reenacting articulations emanating from the disseminated content when it predominantly relies on politics and justice throughout the TUCP, the Universal Communications Process? Politics as a problem-making, irrationally contrived solutions may well be referentially insolvent. Justice as a rule-making, regulating, law-abiding, law-enforcing problematic system whose solutions may well be referentially insolvent. This word, insolvent, seems to be intuitively inspired coming into my mind this morning as my handwritten thought put a pen to paper. I hesitated to write it down because it is not familiar to my vocabulary, but perhaps is, of brain-stored lexicon. So I drew a rectangle around the word insolvent, intending to look for it in the dictionary, which I found time to do. Despite the stresses in my personal life with unidentified hacking on my computer, interruptions of my privacy, things I cannot explain, because it would put me in a paranoid predicament even though this is exactly what I experience. Anyway, insolvent is defined in Webster's Collegiate Dictionary 11th edition as unable to pay debts. This could be the debt justice apparently owes the people, as they fall due in the course of doing the justice's business, having liabilities in excess of a reasonable market value of assets held, as well as insufficient to pay all debts. Is it the debt to the people who have been maligned by justice, every single aspect of it, including covert surveillance in people's homes for years and years, pretending that doesn't matter? From early morning as I pondered writing my reaction to the conversation between Elon Musk and Donald Trump on a YouTube channel yesterday, my synergetic mind more deeply involved my metaphysical intellect while recalling some of what they discussed. Most people nowadays recognize the multi-billionaire Elon Musk, owner of X, formerly Twitter, and President Donald J. Trump, the leading candidate of the Republican Party. Surprisingly, though, this word insolvent, as it relates to the political system's inability to pay the increasing debts that it owes, seems to be to the populations in the course of the elected person's political party's term in the most trusted official capacity. If so, the debt is owed by the political party as the debts of its political decisions. It's business as usual. It's officially declared laws and statutes that are transferred from the outgoing regime to the new regime. As if the next elected political personality, replete or deficit the energy resource of a life-sustaining requirement, is not expected to be cleared off because the debt is not accurately identified with a direct correlation to the political party and its justice. Instead, it seems to be passing the buck, blaming it on printing money as the sole responsibility for the economic problems. Now that I have this PRJW, politics, religion, justice, war, contextual parameter to validate as a potentially convertible factor, not an annihilatable entity, logically, I cannot exclude awareness of the inherently irresolute regenerating futilities suffered as an experience of it by humans everywhere, who also are directly and indirectly classifiable as interrelating, interacting, active and inactive contributory inputs, outputs, the coexisting constituents and counterparts. Obviously, developing insights of omnicomprehensive mind's awareness of systemic thought, systemic events also relies on general theory systems when thinking, which consciously include awareness of the inherent synergy of all systems. This means cognizance of 4 or more critically contiguous relevant events. But could those events be time distances apart? In any event, there is the explorable case pertaining to the mutual admiration conversation, a worldwide interview between billionaires Musk and Trump, both of whom anticipate phenomenal investments of time and energy, hoping to manifest the most futuristic vision, the least depriving and much wanted improvements in a nation that is obviously suffering by extreme economic, distributing, and inhibiting quandaries that are mainly caused by politics and justice. Elon Musk wants superhighways and space travel. President Trump wants to officially transact amicable strategies. Both men want to liberate the entrepreneurs from tedious, time-consuming regulation from governmental control. All of it, of course, falls under the heading of the economical system. Apparently, the political justice system continues robbing Peter, the people, to pay exploitive Paul. It can be a mindless indifference to the increasing insolvency, the accumulating debt to the people, whose compliance with the political judicial system truly wants the best possible outcome for their families by abiding thus, all of which is well and good, compared with the oppositely directed articulations with total disregard for laws and order. But the justice system also omits, by default education criteria, the referential system's energy quanta conceptuality of eternal generalized principles. Only, and more apparently now, is consciousness of the insolvency of the governing systems as the indebtedness is not accurately identified. It is happening as political power games seed the next and next crop of corruption, while justice turns its wheels in favor of regressive rationalizations, justifying operating under the guise of a democracy that has devolved into anti-democracies. Until next time, thank you for your undivided attention, with a conscionable reminder again today to the most gullible humans in the world not to be so fun-fixated that confuses governmental responsibilities with the foolish fancies that conceal the underway intention to control such freedom once the power is in those hands. A true leader puts its humanity before the playground's fun and games, dance parties, cocktail hours. A true leader's ability to solve economic problems comes before the personality of the media-created celebrity is done when promoting movie stars. The ability to solve local problems must always be intended for the survival of every generation when the camera is turned off. Real life Day-to-day reality requires life-sustaining energy from the most reliable resources, not pretentious political platforms. Relevant links are included in the video.